Hello, everybody. Grandpa here. So we had Grandpa technical issues today. So I opened a booster box of Lost Origin, one of these things, like that. And I just ripped all the packs. And I had my GoPro camera on time warp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do just a little quick recap. I'm going to go through all the cards, and then I'm going to get to the two awesome cards. So we have Shupper, Murkrow, and as I mentioned before, that's a group of crows is called a murder. So that's why it's called Murkrow. See? Grandpa knows. Now you know. Did you know it was called a murder? I don't know why it's called a murder. Here's Electrike, Trump, not Trump, because the hair's not orange. Makuhita, which I don't understand. It kind of looks like a Japanese version of Pokemon. But Pokemon, of Pikachu. But that's a grandpa moment. But then again, Pikachu's a Japanese version of Pikachu, so nothing makes sense anymore. Everything's confused. Here's a damage pump when you got to pump damage. Makes sense. Green energy. Can never have too much of that. Here's Shellos. Yes. Here's Horsey. It's kind of like a seahorse. I got to be very careful what I say here. Here's C-Dot. Tynamo, which is a tiny dynamo. Grandpa's figuring it out. Oh, and something I learned today. Here's Wurmpley. Silcoon. I'll leave that alone because here's Colress Experiment. Colress. Now, Colress and I were really good friends. We used to talk on the phone a lot. I would call her up and say, "Hey, Colress, what's happening?" And she would go, "How'd you get my phone number?" And then I had to stop when the court told me to. So here's Porygon 2, which looks like a bird. Bird's the word. It's a good song. Here's a gray-blue energy. Here's Parasect. It looks like a crab lobster to me, but it's supposed to be a parasite of some kind. Here's Poliwag. Now I know. Poliwag becomes Poliwhirl. It evolves into Poliwhirl. I know that. Grandpa's starting to figure this stuff out. Here's Phalanx. I have no idea what that's evolves into. Here's Squovet. Jinx, Jynx. Inkay, Inkay, Swanna, Swanna. And it's a swan. Swanna makes sense to me. Gloom. Luminion, and it says evolves from, boy, that word is so little. Finion. But you can see it right there. I never noticed that before. There's this tiny little writing. I never noticed that before. Here's Red Energy, because you can never have too much of that. Here's Magcargo, which evolves from Slugma. Well, now that makes sense, because Magcargo is a snail, and a snail kind of related to a slug. And when my kids were little, they called slugs thugs. So that's the evolution. Here's Wurmpley, Shupper, Ghastly. Now, I know this for a fact. Ghastly evolves into Sableye. And Sableye evolves into Gengar. See? Grandpa's figured it out. Here's Litleo. Here's Mindfu. Here's Machoke, which evolves from Machamp. That makes sense. Machoke, Machamp, what's the next word? I got to be very careful there. The wrong words can. Here's a wind-up arm. You have an arm that looks like that. You wind it up. Here's Purple Energy. That makes sense. Lumion evolves from Finion. Ha-ha! Eon is the key part there. Here's Basculin versus Masculine. Oh, but it's Hisuian Basculin versus the other kind of Basculin. Here's Inkay. Here's Paras. P-A-R-A-S. Here's Spinarak. Here's Finion. Oh, wait a minute. Ha ha ha. Lumion evolves from Finion. Ha ha ha. Now I just got to remember this. Sure, that'll happen. Here's Arizu. Now, Arizu and I go back a long time. One time I met her at a ski area, and she wasn't a good skier until I started talking to her, and then she became the fastest downhill skier you've ever seen. But she was really, she was nice. I liked her, and I never saw her again. So we were friends. Here's Yellow Energy. Here's Mirage Gate. Here's Torkoal. Binnacle, which is kind of like Pinnacle, or what are the barnacles? What are those things in the water? Barnacles. Snover. I love Snover. Bronzor, Zorua, Ducklet. Now, I would think Ducklet would have something to do with Psyduck, but I'm probably wrong. Ambipom evolves from Apom. I know what Apom. Apom are those little like the little purple monkeys. I know that. I think I know. Here's Cascoon. Okay, evolves from Wumpley. I'm going to be very careful here because I can get in a lot of trouble. Here's a Vileplume reverse. Here's a Mr. Mime. I always say, is there a Mrs. Mime? And if there is, how do they talk? They're both mimes. What do they do? Just mime each other all day? Seviper. Abama Snow evolves from Snover. Ha ha. Snow is the key word in that name. Here's Ariados evolves from Spinarak. Now that doesn't make sense to me at all. Here's Spiritomb. Barbacle evolves from Binnacle. That makes sense. This all makes sense to me. I'm going to skip through these last three and just show you the two babies that I got here. First, I got Drapion V-Star. Look at how pretty that card is. Awesome. And then second of all, this is a special card. Delphox V. If I'm not mistaken, that's a full art card. Look at that. So, two beauties out of Lost Origins pack. Awesome. So Grandpa's very happy with this, and I hope you had a good day. I can't believe I had Grandpa technical issues, and I'll see you in the next video. Grandpa loves you, and you take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye-bye.